Hi everyone, this is Grayson with Perla. On January 3rd, 2023, we're going to be releasing an update for citations. Now, before we look at how this change is going to work in your papers, there's two things you need to know. First, this change is coming to both our Microsoft Word add-in and to Perla Online. Second, this update is only going to affect new papers that are created on or after January 3rd, 2023. There are not going to be any changes to any of your existing papers and how they work. Only papers created after January 3rd, 2023 will use this new way of interacting with citations. Okay, with that out of the way, let's actually take a look at the change we're going to be making on January 3rd and how citations are going to get better than ever. So we have a point of comparison. Let's actually take a look first at the way that citations currently work. So here I have a Microsoft Word document with the References and Citations panel for Perla open on the side. I have a quote that I need to cite right here at the beginning of my paper. So I'm going to place my cursor where I want the citation to appear, and then I'm going to click Add Citation in Perla underneath the reference I'm trying to cite. I'll create that citation, and Perla is going to generate a perfectly formatted APA citation for me and place it right where my cursor was. However, if we zoom in on this citation, for anybody who's written papers, you know that these blue boxes, called content controls, show up around your citations. Any content inside of Perl that's inside of a content control is locked. This is all great and dandy. However, when I need to place a period at the end of this quote, at the end of this sentence, most sentences do have periods at the end, we can run into a little frustration with these content controls. And that's because they like to suck up the space next to them. So if I were trying to type a period here after this closing parentheses, while I'm inside of the content control, I can't type that period. Nothing. I have to hit the right arrow key on the keyboard and move my cursor from inside of the content control to outside the content control. Now, with that box gone, I can place the period and continue writing. This is fine, and we've been doing it this way for a couple of years now. However, I know it drives us as crazy as it probably drives you crazy. So we're making a small change to citations and the way that those content controls work inside of them. So let's look at this new paper. This paper has the exact same quote at the beginning, and we need to cite it. But this is going to use the new citation method that we're implementing on January 3rd next year. So I've got my cursor where I want the citation to appear. I'm going to add a citation just like normal and click Create Citation. No changes. However, right there, did you see it? Perl is going to take, and before creating your citation, it's actually going to be moving the parentheses from inside of that content control to outside of the content control so that you have a normal parentheses on the beginning and the end of your citation. That means when you go to place your cursor at the end of this sentence beside the parentheses, you don't actually have to worry about it getting caught inside of a content control. You can place it there, hit the period, and continue typing just like you would expect. Now this is where we get an extra bonus in this update. We do still need to use content controls so that we can track and update and ensure that all of your citations and references work the way that they're supposed to work and are formatted correctly for the APA. So if we look here in the center of this citation, you can see we still have a content control in the middle. It's just that the parentheses are no longer inside of that content control box. They're outside the content control box as normal text. So what's that mean? It means all the things that you used to be able to do with Perla, you can continue to do. So if you need to edit this citation, that's not a problem. You can take and you can use Perla to edit this citation just like before. If you want to take and make a merged citation that has two references in it, not a problem. Place your cursor inside of the citation and add a second citation from another work. Just like before, Perla is going to format that citation perfectly for you and sort those two references in the proper order. Now, there's one extra thing here that you couldn't do before. Because the parentheses are now outside of the content control box, we can add custom content at the beginning or the end of our citation. So if I need to type something at the beginning, for instance, Sasquatch festivals as an example of Bigfoot's allure, I can do that And I can put in that custom content inside of this citation that still has the Perla content control, that has the properly formatted APA content, but I can now add in my own content at the beginning or the end. Now, because that content is still there, we can actually still edit this reference, and Perla is going to keep it properly formatted. So if I change this reference from 2019 to 2018, you can see that Perla still knows where that citation is, and it's going to update it for us automatically. That's it. Like I said, it's a pretty small change, but we think this really opens some doors and making working with citations even easier. So we've moved the parentheses from inside of the content control box to outside of the content control box. And now there's just normal text in front of that citation's content. Now let's actually take a look at how this works inside of Perla Online, because it's going to work the same way. Here I am inside of a new Perla Online paper that's going to use the new citation method. I have a quote at the beginning of this paper that I need to cite. So with my cursor in the correct spot, I'm going to add a citation. I'm going to give this a page number, and I'm going to create that citation. Just like inside of Microsoft Word, Perla is going to take and create our citation with the parentheses outside of that content control. So I have space here at the beginning. Wow. To add my own custom content. However, I can still double click on this citation to edit it, just like normal, and Perla is going to be able to update that citation if the reference changes at any time in the future, just like normal as well. So that's it. Like I said, we think this is a small change, but we're really excited about the way that this is going to make working with citations even easier. To re-emphasize one thing from the beginning here, all of your existing papers aren't changing. Any of the papers that you've written with Perla Online or Perla for Word up to this point, the way that citations work there is still the same. It's still going to be using the traditional method for creating and working with citations. Only new papers that you create after January 3rd are going to use the new citation method. If you've got any questions about this, or you run into any trouble with one of your papers, our support team is here and we would love to help you figure it out. You can email us at support@perla.com, or you can also check out our help center at perla.com/help. We're going to have articles about this content control change, as well as all sorts of other stuff that can help you through the writing process. So, thanks for watching and have a great day.